First up this evening, the list of legislators abandoning the BRS and heading towards the Congress in Telangana is only growing as each day passes. 6 MLCs headed over to the Congress last evening, like several other MLAs and MPs who jumped ship after the BRS's defeat in the 2023 Assembly polls. The question being raised by the BRS is if the Congress, which made a firm poll promise to amend the 10th schedule and strengthen anti-defection laws, has forgotten the spirit of that promise as it benefits from defections to shore up numbers in the state's legislative council. NDTV's Uma Sudhir on the big story from Telangana.
Within hours of the release of the Congress manifesto that declared that they would amend the anti-defection law to automatically disqualify any elected MLA or MP who jumps party, BRS MLA Tellam Venkat Rao was welcomed into the Telangana Congress. Ever since, half a dozen BRS MLAs have shifted to the ruling party.
Congress party, the day it is in power in parliament, we will comprehensively amend the 10th schedule and address not only the issue of disqualification on shifting of loyalties, but many other issues to make anti-defection relevant, proper, appropriate, constitutionally feasible. We stick to what we've written in the manifesto.
Late night on Thursday, 6 MLCs from the BRS joined the Congress in the presence of Revanth Reddy, who had just returned from Delhi. This takes the Congress strength in the Legislative Council to 12. The BRS strength is still much higher at 20 in the 40-member council. With the budget session coming up and bills that need to be passed not just in the Legislative Assembly but the Legislative Council as well, Revanth Reddy needs to mop up the Congress numbers. Even otherwise, the outgoing PCC chief seems to have decided to empty out the TRS. On Monday, after former BRS leader Keshav Rao resigned his Rajya Sabha seat after having joined the Congress, BRS working president K.T. Rama Rao asked Rahul Gandhi how he would uphold the constitution and stand by the Congress manifesto if he cannot make the BRS MLAs who defected to his party resign.
Whatever you have criticized us, and you are doing the same thing today, and you have categorically mentioned in your manifesto and in your Nyaya Patra that you will not encourage any defections. Mr. Keshav Rao, BRS MP, Rajya Sabha MP, defected to Congress yesterday and resigned to the position. Now what about the other MLAs and MLCs that have defected to Congress today from BRS? Will they follow the suit?
Almost every political party has exploited the provisions of the anti-defection law to their advantage. The Congress put it on its manifesto, but political exigencies have forced it to put it on the back burner with the excuse that it is not yet law. In Hyderabad with camera person Nagaraju, Uma Sudhir, NDTV.
As Uma Sudhir rightly points out, perhaps all sides have lost the moral right to defend the spirit of anti-defection, and it's perhaps the law itself that's been defeated. Joining us this evening, Dr. Girija Shetkar of the Congress Party. Ravula Sridhar Reddy of the BRS is expected to join any minute now. Rachna Reddy of the BJP here with us. Uma Sudhir, who filed that report and tracks all the politics in Hyderabad, also joins us. My first question to you, Dr. Girija, the focus is because of the loud claim in the Congress's manifesto. Has the spirit of anti-defection been defeated by the party itself, which is the beneficiary of defections in Telangana? While it may be at the receiving end of the other state, in Telangana, it's happy to take whoever comes by its way.
No, I think you're judging the situation too quickly. The Pandora box has been opened by KCR himself when he indicated to the party leaders during the meeting that they want to be a part of NDA. And most of the leaders in BRS disagree to this. The KCR already has the phone tapping case lurking in the background. And now we also have the power purchase agreements with the Chhattisgarh that are being questioned by the High Court. So the BRS wants to save its own skin here. So they want to be part of an NDA. Now the BRS leaders who have fought for the idea, it's an ideological battle that makes these BRS leaders, they're compelled on this ideological grounds to come and be a part of Congress. We have also seen the bonhomie between the BRS and the BJP party during the last day in the Rajya Sabha. When all the opposition walked out, the BRS Rajya Sabha leaders stayed and supported the NDA. This shows that the BRS and the BJP wants to continue their journey together, and most of the BRS leaders disagree with this. Even the Keshav Rao, who joined the party recently, has resigned
Okay.
from his Rajya Sabha post. He has 2 more years left as a Rajya Sabha member. And you don't see, this is not a norm that you see.
Similar, Dr. Girija, similar resignations were tendered by MLAs from the Congress and the JDS in Karnataka who got re-elected later. Similar instances were used in Maharashtra. Before I get Uma Sudhir, Ms. Rachna Reddy, a quick response. No side has the moral right to speak about anti-defection, whether it is the BJP, whether it is the Congress, and even regional parties benefit from it when they are in power. Quick response from you before I get Uma Sudhir into this conversation.
Absolutely, because here, especially the Congress does not have the moral high ground at all to speak about it. It is paying back the BRS in the same coin that was dealt out to them in the last 10 years by the PRS party. Here, Congress does not need more MLAs. It does not need more MLCs. It is simply paying back the BRS to completely deprive and completely suck out PRS. There is no other plausible explanation. And to actually claim that the entire opposition walked out and only the BRS MLA stayed, no. The Indie Alliance, because they could not take the home truths that were being stated in the Rajya Sabha, walked out. These are the people who were heckling and trying to stall proceedings all throughout the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha proceedings of the Hoshin, who thanked the Honorable President. But it is them who walked out. However, coming to defection, yes, no party has the moral high ground. But especially in Telangana, the situation has reached shocking points. The BRS completely wiped out the Congress in the last 2 assembly elections, and especially in the last one, they lost the position of being the leader of the opposition. And they are paying back the BRS party now in the same coin, and there cannot be any justification.
Ravula Sridhar Reddy, just before you came, the Congress spokesperson, Dr. Girija, said it's the BRS imploding because of corruption allegations against KCR and because the party is going weak. MLAs and MLCs are coming over to our side. We are not poaching them. That's the argument given by the Congress. I'll get the fact check from Uma in a bit, but your response first before I go to Uma.
These corruption allegations were leveled even before the elections, right? So despite that, we have got 39 MLAs elected from BRS party, and the difference in the vote percentage was only 1.8% in the assembly elections. So what about the corruption allegations then? So these MLAs were forced to join today for various reasons, better known to the individuals concerned. But I strongly condemn the statement made by them because of the corruption allegations they are joining. And all through this, 10 years of BRS rule, Congress was criticizing us that, we are admitting other party leaders and all that, defections, they have to resign XYZ. Now they are doing the same. Yesterday their Rajya Sabha member quit the position. What about the MLAs who have joined them? What about the MLCs who have joined them? Will they follow the suit? The question here is, whatever you have criticized, you are doing the same. At the same time, Congress Nyaya Patra manifesto says that defections are not right. And if they join Congress party, from other party, they have to resign to the position. And Revanth Reddy ji went to the extent of saying, you have to hit them. You have to brutally beat them or so. That was the language he has used. If somebody quits the party after getting elected, now what will they answer? So just by saying BRS, a corrupt party, our leaders are corrupt leaders, it's not going to happen like that. These allegations are nothing new for us.
Okay, you're raising some questions, but I don't want to go to the Congress. I'll go to Uma Sudhir with those questions. Uma, 3 points coming out. One, explain to us why the Congress may need the numbers A in the Legislative Council, and B, is the Congress now doing exactly what the BRS did to it in the last 10 years when it was in power?
Absolutely. The BRS is getting a dose of its own medicine for sure, because in the first term, the BRS gotten as many as 25 MLAs, 18 MLCs, 4 MPs. Second term as well, they speak about it as being, following the anti-defection law, 1/3, so 12 MLAs and 2 more from another party, Telugu party, who came over and they joined. But the fact is, even that does not happen at one go. The law says that they all are splitting the party at one go. This happens, over a period of time, and it's a staggered thing, but the speaker take cognizance of it only when the numbers are adding up, and that's exactly what the present speaker also appears to be doing. Second, the Congress very clearly needs the numbers in the council, where they are very short of getting any majority there, and they need to get the bills passed. They need the budget also to pass through the legislative council as well, and the BRS is very strong there. Even after these 6 defections, they have about 20 members there, and therefore the numbers, wanting to shore up their numbers in the legislative council, is a legal necessity. Of course, Revanth Reddy is even otherwise, wanting to, in a sense, empty out the BRS, because one is all those comments that were made saying that you have just about a 4 or 5 majority, and therefore your government could be in trouble. And he is quoted that when he said that's the reason why I'm now emptying out the BRS and opening the gate, so to speak,
right,
in the party. But the fact is, it's the people who are voting for these MLAs or MPs who are getting cheated. It's one thing about these political parties. I vote for a particular individual because he belongs to a particular party, and then he goes and joins some other party. Credibility or the trust of the people is completely broken, and that's what, in fact, the Congress had suffered after the first, whether it was 2014 when their defections happened, and 2019 when the defections happened. People punished those people, those MLAs who had in fact shifted, and they have not been able to win elections. And yes, the Congress also has done exactly the same thing now.
Uma, this is not restricted to Telangana. Let's look at the larger picture. In Karnataka, for instance, several MLAs in 2019 resigned and joined the BJP from the Congress and the JDS. You've seen it happen in Maharashtra. Dr. Girija, the question is that after the poll promise, and the point that's being raised is that if the Congress is also going to benefit from defections from another party, a regional party which is struggling at the moment in terms of finding its feet after a defeat in 2023, does the Congress lose the moral right then to question any other political party in another state which is in power, which is enforcing defections?
See, firstly, these BRS leaders are joining the party unconditionally. They are not coming, they are not being promised anything. Even the Rajya Sabha member he has resigned, and this pursuit will be followed by the other MLCs that are resigning also. And we don't need, like Uma said, we don't need the MLC majority to pass the budget, because on the financial bills, the upper house does not have a say. It can only suggest.
But on several other bills you need, other legislations you need the council support. You don't have the numbers in the council.
Here, but it's not the matter of numbers to just pass the bills. These are on the moral grounds, because the BRS party, the allegations like the BRS spokesperson said, these are new allegations of the power purchasing agreements and the phone tapping case. These are the new allegations where the BRS leaders don't believe that the party there's no hope for any resurgence of the BRS party. Hence, the leaders are knocking at the doors of even the BJP and the BRS.
Go ahead, Ravulu.
See, there is, in this complex political scenario of today...
If the Congress is so confident, then they must ask those MLAs to resign and go for elections again. Yes. I know that it's the taxpayer who's paying the money,
right.
but
Uma
if they're so confident, then they must ask those BRS MLAs to resign and go for a re-election.
And Veera and Uma, I mean, I'm shocked to hear all the
But the BJP has no right here. They forget about anti-defection. They even take the symbols of the party. They even take the symbols of the party. So I don't think the BJP
I get to the BJP in a bit, Rachna Reddy, but Ravulu.
Not your political standing, not the fact of where your party is right now. Because if that were the case, there was no point of the anti-defection law at all.
Mr. Sridhar Reddy,
Mr.
Sridhar Reddy, you make the point. You're the victims. You're at the receiving end. Let's not forget that you benefited at one point of time. You're now at the
Yeah.
receiving end. Make your point.
That is why, Veera, I'm trying to exactly inform you of that and state that in Hunugodu, when a Congress MLA, Hunugodu, defected to the Bharatiya Janata Party, we made him resign, and then there was a by-election. Yes, by-elections
You
are
made him
extremely hard on
resign
the
only
people.
because of some
We understand that,
political
but we
gains in
never
the state.
accepted anyone
When
without
proven
there
wrong.
being
That's why don't try to
without there
do that
being
That
BJP
resignation is also part of toppling a government.
Veera,
You field the
Veera,
same
one
MLA
thing.
in the same constituency with
Let-
another
let me-
symbol. But
let-
go
let
ahead,
me-
Mr. Ravulure.
Let me make
The
it
fact
clear.
of constitutional numbers is a
Rachna,
different issue.
one
How we
minute.
get to it is a different issue. But
Constitution-
defection,
Listen,
legally
listen.
uncalled for,
And you know, that's the whole point. Please go ahead, Mr.
The
Sridhar Reddy.
Constitution, the Constitution, if they have to know, the Constitution was equally applicable to then Rajya Sabha MPs, Mr. C.M. Ramesh, Mr. Sujana Chowdhury, and Garikapati Mohan Rao also. They haven't resigned. Rajgopal Reddy was made to resign to get some political ground in the state where they were proven wrong by the people of Telangana. Now, don't try to become a saint now suddenly, number one. Number two, why is BJP, I don't know, indirectly supporting
No,
the...
no one can be a saint. The trouble with politics is no one can be a saint.
That's what I'm saying. Now, why BJP is... Please allow me to speak, Rachna. I understand. Nobody is joining BJP. Please understand. Wait. What I'm trying to tell you...
No,
At this
that's
point-
because we are making it
Wait a
hard
sec,
for
wait
them.
a sec.
We are asking them to follow the law and they don't want to. There
no,
is
no,
a
you know, let's
sitting
not-
Congress MLA
Tell me
who
all this.
contested.
People
There
are-
is a sitting Congress MLA
I just
who
gave you an
contested.
example.
There is a sitting
I just-
BRS MLA who contested as a Congress
could have
MLA.
come
Quickly,
in
quickly,
between
Ravula
like you.
Sridhar Reddy. Please,
Allow me to
Rachna Reddy.
speak. Rachna, please. No, I already gave you an example. Now, don't again, show the same. What I am trying to tell you at this point in time, I personally feel rather, if anybody quits and anybody defect to a different party after getting elected on a party symbol, they have to, seek a fresh mandate. It's a different case. No, it's not happening. The people of Telangana are watching what Congress has said in their manifesto and what they are saying. Now, if Dr. Girija Shankar says that the corruption allegations are there, if I have to tell you, both Sonia Gandhi ji and Rahul Gandhi ji are out on bail. What do you mean? All the legislators of Congress party has to
Okay.
join either BJP or some other party. That cannot be the case.
No,
These are only allegations. They are only allegations. and
Okay,
there are-
I get the point. I'm completely running out of time. I just want to get a very quick word from Uma Sudhir while we've discussed this point, and I think it's actually a redundant argument in politics. No one can claim to have the moral high ground. But Uma, very briefly, just to sum this up, what does this mean for the BRS per se in Telangana, given that it's seeing an exodus repeatedly towards the ruling party at the moment, which is the Congress, but perhaps to the BJP on another day?
So the big blow for the BRS was not really just the assembly election rout that they suffered in November, December of 2023, but it's these desertions that are actually giving them that kind of a death blow at this stage and creating a political vacuum that is creating that space for BJP to grow here. And remember, tomorrow we have Chandrababu Naidu coming down here, and today all over the road from Begumpet to Revanth Reddy's residence and elsewhere, you have posters of the Telugu Desam and Chandrababu Naidu there. So is that a revival of the Telugu Desam here? That is also a question that will come up. Just one last word saying that,
Right.
Anti-Defection law, the amendment to say that there should be automatic disqualification was there in the Congress manifesto, but I think all political parties would earn the trust and respect of the people of this country if they adopted that in our law and said that this is what we will follow.
It's more about the spirit than the letter of the law, Uma, I would argue. But thanks very much for joining us, to all of you all there from Telangana, in terms of that big political controversy. Now to the controversy in Karnataka that's led to allegations made against Chief Minister Siddaramaia's family directly. A land allotment scheme of the Mysore Urban Development Authority, or Muda, is now under the scanner after a series of allegations, including one that Siddaramaia's wife was one of the beneficiaries. Siddaramaiah has hit back and is demanding 62 crores as compensation if his family has to return the allotted sites. Pratibha Raman with the details.
It's a controversy that has hit Chief Minister Siddaramaiah directly, as his wife is one of the many beneficiaries of a controversial scheme by the Mysuru Urban Development Authority that could have led to several thousand crores of losses to the exchequer. The land allotment scheme by the Mysuru Development Authority, or Muda, was one where 50% of land in a developed layout was allotted to those from whom undeveloped land was acquired. But there were reports of serious malpractices. In the case of the Chief Minister, in 1997, 3.16 acres of land at Kesare village in Mysuru Taluk was gifted to Karnataka CM's wife Parvati by her brother Mallikarjun. In 1998, Mysuru Urban Development Authority acquired the land and converted it into a layout. In 1999, Muda offered compensation amount of 3.24 lakh rupees, which Parvati did not accept. She filed a case. In 2017, nearly 2 decades later, Parvati sought land allotment as compensation instead of money. In 2020, Muda passed an order offering developed land as compensation for land losers on a 50:50 ratio, which means they are compensated with 50% of land from developed sites. In 2021, Siddaramaiah's wife Parvati sought land compensation under the new order. In 2023, 38,284 square feet of sites were allotted and given to her by Muda at a prime area called Vijayanagar, which is estimated to be nearly 10,000 crore rupees per square feet. This was not where her original land was. The BJP has accused that around 5,000 such sites were allotted by flouting norms, causing a loss of 4,000 crore rupees to the state exchequer, and is demanding a CBI probe. The CM says that allegations against his family are baseless.
The existence policy of the acquisition is 50-50 range for the farmers. That policy is not be applicable to the earlier one. The land value of that area is 2,000 rupees. They are compensated that area where they are getting out of 14 sites. Now it is a 10,000 square feet. Where is Siddaramaiah's that morality?
ನಮ್ಮ ಜಮೀನನ್ನು ಅವರು ಆಕ್ರಮಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಸೈಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಇದನ್ನು ಹಂಚ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ನಮಗೆ ಕಂಪನ್ಸೇಷನ್ ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಡ್ಲಿ, ಸೈಟ್ ವಾಪಸ್ ತಗೊಂಡು ಇಂಥ ಕಡೆ ಕೊಡಿ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದೀವ? ಯಾರು ಅಧಿಕಾರದಲ್ಲಿದ್ದು? BJP ಅವರು. ನನಗೆ 62,000 ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಡ್ಲಪ್ಪ ರಾಜ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ, ಸೈಟ್ ಯಾರು ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ವಾಪಸ್ ಅವರು ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ.
The Mysuru district commissioner claims there was no government approval sought and the civic body took its own decisions. The Karnataka government, meanwhile, has ordered a probe and has shunted several officials from Muda.
Instead of allotting sites in acquired land, how can Muda allot sites in prestigious layouts? Several such irregularities have been reported against top BJP leaders on the Akrama Sakrama scheme, which benefited owners of unauthorized buildings. And now, this unauthorized site allotment has caused embarrassment to the Chief Minister of the state, leading to a political face-off. With camera persons Kumar and Govind, Pratibha Raman in Bengaluru for NDTV.
Well, and the political exchange is only growing louder, with Union Minister H.D. Kumaraswamy hitting out at Deputy Chief Minister D.K. Shivkumar, and the latter hitting back earlier in the day despite Siddaramaiah's denials.
ಬಿಜೆಪಿದು ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ ನೆನ್ನೆ ಮೊನ್ನೆ ಪತ್ರಿಕೆಗಳು ಗಮನಿಸಿದ್ದೇನೆ ಬ್ರದರ್. ಬಿಜೆಪಿಯ ನನ್ನ ಸ್ನೇಹಿತರುಗಳು ಹೋರಾಟ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು ಈ ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿಯ ಪೈಪೋಟಿ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಈಗ ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿ ಆಗಬೇಕು, ಉಪಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿ ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. ಆ ಹಿನ್ನೆಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿಯ ಕುರ್ಚಿಗೆ ಆಸೆ ಪಟ್ಟು ಪಾಪ ಟವಲ್ ಹಾಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ಕೂತವರಲ್ಲ, ಅವರಿಂದ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಇವತ್ತು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೋಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಒಂದು ಸುದ್ದಿ ಇದೆಯಪ್ಪ.
Well, that's all we have time for on the Southern View. News and updates continue right here on NDTV.